All right, so it is Monday. So this means we both come in with topics. It looks like you have more than me. So I'm going to let you go first. I'll go second. So you'll have 2 and I'll have 1 on the first round, and then Blake picks.
See, this is my scheme. If I do a bunch today, then I don't have to do my homework tomorrow because I've got leftovers.
Okay. Well, they might not be in the news at that point. There might be totally different trends.
It's very true.
And different stories out there that people want to hear from. And this is the stories people want to hear. And then we're going to do 5 questions at the second half of the show.
One of these days, I'm going to come in with 5 questions for you.
Okay, I'm good with that.
All right.
I'm good.
I'm just saying.
That means I don't have to do homework that day.
See, that's right. I'm working with you.
I'm okay with that.
All right, because I know Blake is very intrigued by this. I have Eurovision.
Okay, let's do something that's really kind of the top story. The Biden diagnosis.
It's a shame. But,
Yeah.
and I'm going to go with the jailbreak.
Jailbreak.
I know which one you talk about.
Why didn't you say that? That would have been the perfect one for the...
I like keeping you on your toes, man.
We need headlines to get people in.
All right. Blake Blevins busts out.
Which one are we doing, Blake? And if you say anything but jailbreak, because I really want to hear what this one is.
All right, let's go. So most of our viewers come from the early part of the section. Let's keep them a little bit longer. Let's go with jailbreak.
Yeah.
All right. Just the other day in beautiful downtown New Orleans. I call it New Orleans and get side-eye for it, but that's how it's written. 10 violent felons busted out.
Okay.
And it was very bizarre. You know, they pulled a sink and a toilet away from a wall that was very thin. They popped out through there. Then they pulled a door off a track. Apparently the locks in this prison are all defective. It's going to cost over $5 million to replace the locks in the jail. They ran through a loading dock, jumped off a loading dock, ran across a highway, and disappeared into the night.
Yeah. So
7 hours later. Sorry, Blake. Go ahead.
Yeah. So here's a picture of their escape hole with too easy. LOL.
Right.
Oh, they actually even taunted him.
Right. little misspelling, but the sentiment was there.
They also have a little smiley face with the tongue out. It's like,
right.
Yeah. I mean, they took the time to do that.
Yeah. And it was 7 hours before anybody realized they were gone. And there is some conjecture, and I don't know if
too long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the conjecture was that the gentleman who went to go get food for the time being is culpable, but the chief of police or the head of the prisons, I forget.
The jail.
Is saying that they're firmly convinced there was some inside help on this. So what happened was the guy who was watching, there's monitors all over the place. I guess there's hundreds of them, cameras all over the prison. But some guy stepped away to get his meal. And that's when they, coincidentally or not, and if it's coincidental, those are some lucky inmates. Right. He walked away. Nobody saw the live feed.
But I bet he probably has a pattern.
Yeah.
And then, they just kind of go, okay, this is where I bet he almost walks away that exact same time almost every day.
But my question to you is this: if he's the one watching the screen and he steps away, be it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 20 minutes, why doesn't somebody slide into his spot?
Understaffing? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But a lot of things in New Orleans don't make sense.
That's very true.
Beignets don't make sense.
So this happened 4 days ago.
Those are actually something that did make sense. Those things are really, really good.
Dry donuts, like even more.
Powdered sugar heals everything.
What are you talking about, beignets?
Yeah.
Easy, killer. Those are fabulous.
He's never had one.
Oh, come to New York.
They just dry donuts?
Come to New York and we'll get you Zeppeli. It's
Powdered
the same thing.
sugar heals all foods. All right?
Okay, then. Do you want to put fried sugar on gizzards then?
Make them better.
No, you don't need it. If the gizzards are done right, you don't need.
I'm a fried chicken liver kind of guy.
Yeah,
I'm not big on gizzards, but chicken livers, oh baby.
If gizzards are done all right, and the gizzards aren't too chewy,
too gizzardy, right?
Yeah, too chewy. The middle part sometimes you got to spit into the napkin. But I like the flavor of gizzards.
So what you're saying is like for me to like frog legs, and I need to put powdered sugar on it.
No, frog
legs Provençal are fabulous.
Yeah, frog legs are great. So
we may be doing frog legs this year for the NCAA men's dinner up in New York.
Oh yeah,
frog legs. Yeah,
they're great.
So to wind up, 10 prisoners escaped. They found one 2 hours later lying under a car in the French Quarter 2 miles away.
That's all he got?
No, they got another two more.
No, I mean, he
Oh,
only,
he only got to the
away?
French Quarter. Yeah, he got as far as the French Quarter, and they found him under a car.
Okay.
They caught two more. It's been 4 days. 7 of them are still at large and are claimed to be armed and dangerous.
These guys broke up. They split up.
I would think,
they didn't
yeah.
stay together. Obviously, 10 guys. Like the jailbreak that happened, like the teenage kids out here.
Yeah.
All 4 of them stayed together.
Right.
You're going to get caught. You are going to get caught.
Right. You're only as good as your slowest buddy.
Yeah. No. I mean, so
Well,
how many do they have total? And they still got
there's
7 at large?
10 left, 7 are still at large, and they upped the reward to $20 per escapee.
20,000. I was going to say that $20 sounds like
I'm not going to bother.
That sounds like a Wyatt Earp, you know.
Yeah, we're going to give a plug nickel for him.
Yeah. Hey, hold on to that one, because that could be one of the 5 questions. So,
Ooh.
so just what you just said there, eh?
Coming, Marshall Dillon. Yes, sir.
But so 7 of them are still at large.
Correct.
Were they originally from New Orleans, or they have family and some other stuff, or did it not get into that
they
story?
could help on the outside.
That they have some assistance.
The article I read and the news report that I saw didn't mention where they were from.
Okay. All right. That's New Orleans, though.